Now, sometimes it may have not so good consequences. For example, if you tell somebody, I'm feeling helpless, maybe the person will judge you. Maybe the person will start to laugh at you. Maybe the person will inside say, oh my God, what a silly person this person is. But that is the difference between people who have strength and people who are weak. Those who have strength, they are not bothered about what other people will say to them. Whereas those who are weak will always be bothered about external validation, claps, or recognitions. So these are simple ways in which you can deal with emotions. Another way to deal with emotions is journaling, where you write down your emotion. So let's say you're feeling something which is unpleasant, you write it down. Then you try to find out, where did it come from? How did it germinate? When did it start in your childhood? Most of these emotions trigger response patterns start from the 0 to 8 years. They start when we are born, and by 8 years, I think these patterns are established. And then we are just playing out these patterns like a typical robot does. So we have become bots basically. The only way to break these patterns and stop being a bot is to become human, is to express emotions. So if you have an emotion towards somebody, maybe you may want to express it to that person and tell the person, this is how I feel about this. And sometimes these emotions can be very powerful at workplace also. So if you're feeling very uncomfortable with a conversation, you can just say this, I'm feeling uncomfortable in this conversation. You don't need to give any explanation. You don't need to talk about why. You just need to state your emotion. Just stating your emotion is very powerful and can help you shift, but it can also help the other person transform, because the other person will get aware that his actions are becoming triggers to someone else. This is how I would say is the simplest way to deal with emotions. When you're journaling, you can also journal about, what are the things that is happening inside your body. Who said this word to you the first time? For example, if there's a trigger, when did this trigger happen first? What did you feel when you were triggered as a child? If there was a violation or abuse, or let's say somebody beat you up, or any of that. And then you just become aware of your patterns much better and much clearer. Uh, if you can write down all your patterns of behavior where you get stuck in, you can then slowly start working towards it. And we call this self work. Self work basically means working on your own self. It means working on yourself independent of the world. What the world is doing to you is independent of what you are going through and how can you improve. The focus has to always be on your own self rather than on people outside and what they are doing. And this will help you shift, and this will help us also become more aware of our own patterns.